Hi, welcome to Gemstone Tarot. Weekend reading 20th, I think. 20th, maybe? Hang on. I don't know. Who am I yet? 20th and 21st of... I was going to say 20th and 21st of Saturday. There you go. 20th and 21st of Saturday, June 2026. Whatever. It is very what the UK might call close today. Oh, might is close. It is so close, and I do not fare well in this weather. I fear I'm like a Victorian lady who doth swoon, because I don't know, you know when you get those clouds and it's really heavy and it's really broily, and I always get a bloody headache, so I'm a bit like, you know when you have that headache where you feel like someone's pressing down your head. So that's me today. Welcome to Gemstone Tarot. But I'm showing up and that gives me pleasure, and hopefully it gives you pleasure, and we're going to throw a few cards and see what we've got. I do believe now, hang on, because Kathy sent me something and I want to have a look at it. Thank you, Kathy. It just seemed really pertinent. Do I completely understand it? No. So Kathy, right, saw this on Facebook, thought I'd find it interesting. I do find it interesting. And it says the karmic loop that you've been inside since 2020. And I also, this is of note to Capricorns and Cancerians, but probably all of us in our own way, because it will affect each sign differently. Closes on June 20th, so it's relevant. When Saturn and Pluto met in Capricorn in January 2020, and by God, a lot kicked off in January 2020, didn't it? They opened a karmic cycle that's been running underneath your life ever since. 6 years of restructuring and rebuilding. 6 years of learning what you can survive and what you refuse to repeat. That's important. The solstice, okay, we've got a solstice. On June 20th is the cosmic moment when that cycle officially closes. What you've been carrying since 2020, the patterns, the grief, does not walk into the second half of 2026 with you. The cycle is complete. The version of your life that begins on the other side of Saturday is no longer being shaped by what happened to you then. It's being shaped by what you became after. Now, I'm doing the monthly readings at the moment. And it's weird because my kind of astrology, I'm very intuitive with it because that's the only choice I've got, because otherwise it gives me maths face because it's quite technical. I've been saying that July and the end of June is the pivotal point of the year. I feel it. I feel a deep shift, and that's not to say that it's like la la la, glitter and unicorns, you know, we just walk into the next half of the year and everything's perfect. Far from it, actually. But it feels as if it's a real Five of Pentacles moment. It's a real, well, I'm going this way and I'm not going that way. And the things that clung to you, like sort of emotional limpets, they're gone. And we don't know where that takes us. Oof, there's a lot going on here. Let's have a look at some cards, because that might give us a clue. Okay. We've got the Three of Pentacles. One of my favourite Three of Pentacles, actually. We're using the Morgan Greer today. This is about constructing the future. Now, sometimes when we think about constructing the future, we get into a whole sort of fantasia of, you know, massive goals and I'm going to be this and we're going to do that and all of the rest of it. But this is very much, if we look at Mr. Porntash here, I know, I love the artwork on these cards. It's very much like this. It's very much building. It's very much earthy. If we think of Saturnian energy and we think of Capricorn energy and we think of that very mountain goat, and I know Capricorn, when we did your June reading, we talked about being a mountain goat. But this is for all of our mountain goatness, for every sign, for all of the striving and the continuance and the day by day, just checking on what we're doing and reevaluating and also checking in with our emotional system, but also our, I don't know why, but our limbic system, our nervous system. You know, how is it reacting to the direction in which you're pointing or in which you have been travelling for the last 6 years? I know, I thought I'd just chuck it out there as a question. It's going to come up in all your monthly readings. It came up in June as well. We got the 8 of Cups in so many different signs with different decks. And we have it again today. And again, possibly my favourite ever 8 of Cups. And I always notice with this one, this sort of eclipsey type stuff going up in the top left corner. And we do have a couple of eclipses in August, which I feel like we're in preparation for. And also I feel like Mercury retrograde will drag us, it will draw back. And I think it's retrograde in Cancer. It will draw back like the sea draws back, and it will reveal the ocean bed and the line and what it looks like. And it doesn't mean, I think, that we need to necessarily do anything. It doesn't mean that we need to, I think it means we need to work in alignment and do, because do is a big word, even though it's 2 letters, and in Scrabble probably what I would come up with. And I'm trying to, and I don't know why. This is really weird because I don't know the name for it. But I remember the verb to make or to do when I did New Testament Greek at university was interesting. But I don't remember why. But anyway, the verb to make, the verb to do, it's kinetic, it's something that you do, it's something that looks like that. And it's something where you appraise it like that, like if you're building a wall. You know, you see, is the line straight? Are the bricks right? I've never built a wall. I'm sure you're very shocked to hear. But you know what I'm saying. But this is about all of the wall. The emotional bit, the physical bit, the spiritual bit. And it's not that you need to build faster. It's not that you need to go further. It's more that you need to take a look. And there will be a breakthrough. Okay, we've got the King of Pentacles. What can I rely on? Who can I rely on? How can I be more reliable? And this is really important and the hardest. How can I show up for myself in all my humble glory? And again, this might just mean one small change. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to, you know, when you get those YouTube videos, transform your life in 30 days. That's just another way to feel shit about yourself normally. Because after 2 days it generally drops off. So this is just the small shifting sands that take us in a different direction. We've got our gorgeous Page of Cups, and I see this as our intuition, our blossoming intuition. It's not the King of Cups, it's not mastery, it doesn't have to be, it's just the little prompts that we get, okay? Alongside it, probably my favourite, Ace of Swords. Swing up the crown chakra, a breakthrough. It is like an awakening. And as with any awakening or breakthrough, birth of anything, messy old business. Got to get your hands dirty. 5 of Cups. Emotions will be spilled. Emotion will come up. And also with the 8 of Cups, movement away from things that you probably previously loved, thought you loved, cared about, held very dear, however you want to put it. It's Saturn in Pisces. So we're talking about Saturn again, but we're talking about Saturn in the sea sign of Pisces. So think of it as expansive as the ocean, but Saturn wants to contain that ocean in some way. And the only way that Saturn can do it in the 8 of Cups, because you can't contain the ocean, is to move you away from what may be harming, hurting or curtailing you. So when you get that intuition and when you get that awakening, just follow it and walk in the right direction. It's like following your true north. Completely channeled reading for you. Yes, love that. See you soon. Namaste.